If you're in R&D, you know AI is this incredible, powerful, double-edged sword, right? I mean, it's like having a super-powered assistant that could totally unlock your next big breakthrough. But it also poses this huge risk to your most valuable secrets. So today, let's get into how you get all of that power with absolutely none of the peril.
And just a quick heads up before we dive in, all the information we're covering today comes directly from Chapter 9 of a tutorial on generative AI prompts, which was published by Virtualization Options LLC. Okay, so here it is. This is the fundamental problem that every single innovator is facing right now. On one hand, you've got AI, with this just unbelievable potential to speed up discovery. But on the other hand, you have your unpublished findings, your patentable ideas, your raw experimental data. That is the lifeblood of your work. And the risk of exposing that? It is absolutely massive. Which brings us to the single most important question you have to ask yourself. How in the world can you use these amazing tools to help you innovate, to find that next game-changing breakthrough without accidentally giving away the secret sauce? I mean, it's a super high-stakes question, but the good news is there is a very clear answer. And that answer, really, it all boils down to one simple but really powerful guiding principle. It's more of a mindset, actually, and it's called conceptual exploration. This right here is the absolute key to unlocking AI for R&Ds safely. So what is it exactly? Well, conceptual exploration just means you use AI to talk about how to do your work, not to actually do the work itself. See the difference? You ask it for things like methodologies or analytical approaches or different kinds of experimental designs. What you never, ever do is feed it your actual data, your specific results, or your secret findings. And this comparison just makes it crystal clear. Look at the unsafe prompt. It's literally handing over your secret data. But the safe prompt, it describes the type of data in a generic way and asks for the right tools to analyze it. It's like the difference between handing a stranger your diary versus asking for advice on how to write a better journal entry. Totally different.
You know, here's a fantastic way to think about it. Imagine you're meeting up with a brilliant consultant, but you're in a busy, crowded coffee shop. You'd totally brainstorm ideas, you'd talk about strategies, you'd kick around general approaches. But what you would not do is spread your confidential lab notebooks out on the table for everyone to see. That's exactly how you have to treat AI.
Okay, so the theory is great, right? But what does this actually look like when the rubber hits the road? Let's take a look at how this principle works in practice, building from a beginner level all the way to advanced, all while keeping your work completely safe.
So at the beginner level, it's all about creating these reusable frameworks. With a prompt like this one, you're not describing your groundbreaking new experiment. You're just asking the AI to build a generic template that could be used for any experiment. This is so useful for standardizing your process, and the best part, it contains zero proprietary information. It's 100% safe.
All right, now let's level up a bit. For an intermediate prompt, you present a more abstract problem. But notice the key here. You're using totally generic terms like treatment A and outcome variable. You're getting expert-level advice on experimental design, stuff like sample size, randomization, statistical methods, without revealing a single thing about what you're actually testing.
And this quote right here, it just perfectly captures the whole mindset. You're using AI to become a better, smarter researcher, to think more deeply about your methodology. You're seeking wisdom on the process of research, not just asking for a shortcut to do the work itself. That's the big idea.
Now, at the advanced level, this is where it gets really cool. You can build entire strategic roadmaps. This prompt is for a multi-year research program, and it's outlining phases, objectives, and key decision points. It creates a complete strategic plan that you can then apply to your actual work, all without ever exposing a single detail about what your research is actually about.
So we've covered the how-to, but before we wrap this up, let's just hammer home the absolute must-nots. Think of this as the safety checklist that every single R&D professional really should live by. Okay, these are the non-negotiables. First, never, and I mean never, input unpublished findings. You've got to remember that putting your idea into a public AI could be seen as a public disclosure, which can completely kill your ability to get a patent. Use AI for guidance, for sure, but you have to be the one doing the research to maintain integrity. And finally, always respect your collaboration agreements and be transparent about your AI use when you go to publish. So, I'll leave you with this. Your ideas, your discoveries, your next big innovation, they are absolutely priceless. So after watching this, just take a second and ask yourself, is the way I'm using AI right now truly protecting them?